Let's hit this nail on the head. We have many abandoned projects in this country. I've just been taking a look at some documentation, and we lose billions, apparently, on the back of abandoning many projects. From Nkrumah to date, we have abandoned projects. And it's a sad reality. Recently, we had the Member of Parliament for South Dai, Roxanne Nelson Dafiamekpo, taking on your administration, Nobi,
yes,
taking you to court for abandoning the former President Mahama's e-blocks, among others, saying that you are, in a way, causing financial loss to the state and the people of Ghana. I'll pose this question to you. Why are we in this vicious cycle? Like I said, from Nkrumah to date, we abandoned projects. In this Fourth Republic, we've done it. There were a few things that Rawlings left that were not really continued. Kufuor, not continued, even housing projects. Then Mills, then Mahama, and now Ekufuor. What is it with us? Why?
Thank you very much, Ben, and good morning to your cherished listeners and to my brother of the Zango caucus of the NDC. You know, it's a big worry. Abandoned projects is a major worry, and present government and the President Ekufuor acknowledged that. So if you remember, right from 2017, when we took over the reins of government, the President did promise to tackle those abandoned projects. And true to his words, he went all the way to 40-year-old projects, such as the maternity block abandoned, that's of the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital. At some point started it, it's criminally abandoned. We went back to make sure that we bring it back to life. I think it's a 10-story building or so. Subsequent to that, a number of health projects were inherited from the Mills Mahama administration. We moved to complete about 16 of such projects. In education, and I'm glad you brought up the matter of e-blocks. You know, the NDC completed 29 blocks.
They dispute that. They say they completed more. Let's go. 29
blocks. As at election, December 2020, the NPP had equaled that number, had completed an additional 29. All right. Then there are housing projects that were abandoned, like you rightly said, from the Kufuor era and all of that, which the State Housing Agency has gone back to complete a number of them, and we continue to do so. However, when it comes to these abandoned projects, there are some of the projects that have issues. And to the extent that there are major issues with them, most of which border on serious corruption offenses, legally, you cannot even touch it up until the necessary legal remedies have been sought. You've gone through the necessary processes, one of which is Saglame project. You know, and the facts of that project, we all know. You know, how loan of 200 million was contracted for a certain number of, I think, 5,000 units. You know, minister unilaterally, after parliamentary approval, reviews that number to about 1,005, and then subsequently about 1,300 plus projects were started, out of which just about 600 was completed, and about 80% of the money spent. Clearly, you cannot forget about all these facts and just go and touch it in the name of wanting to complete abandoned projects, because once you do that, you are literally tampering with evidence for prosecution. So there are those bottlenecks when it comes to some of these projects, you know, and to the extent that those bottlenecks are there, some of these projects may have to lie down for some period until prosecution or the legal processes take their turn, and then government can begin to look at it. But far from that, there are a lot of road projects that were inherited that are being completed, that this government has committed to, and a number of them. So as far as abandoned projects are concerned, the President Ekufuor government is not one that can be, for want of a better word, accused or held liable on that issue. He has shown and demonstrated leadership in that matter, and he has committed to it, committed resources to it, to make sure that a good number of them are tackled. It is only laughable when you hear someone like President Mahama on his thank you talk say that when he comes, he would commit his first 2 years to complete an abandoned project. The issue is that when did he get the wake up? When did he realize this? There have been projects that his own predecessor, President Mills, started, that he abandoned in the same party, literally same government. you know. But because today it's a matter of concern for the, average Ghanaian, let me just throw in some promises here and there, and then hopefully...
That's what you think the
that is exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is.
So he's simply being propagandist. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.